Picture this. It's 11 at night. A resident calls about a small wet spot on their ceiling. Another one's worried about rustling in their attic. Someone else reports a downed tree limb in their yard after those winds we had. So which of these needs immediate attention and which can wait till morning? Getting this wrong either wastes money or leads to bigger problems down the road. Let's talk about how we handle these situations. Today we're talking about something that every board deals with, those middle of the night emergency calls to your management company. I'm going to share 3 strategies that'll make handling these situations much easier. When you have clear guidelines in place, you can quickly determine what's truly urgent and what can wait until business hours the next day. This protects your community's budget while giving everyone peace of mind. Let me tell you about something we've seen happen. There was this community where the management company had been in place for years, but no one had ever asked the board to define what counted as an emergency. So residents got different answers depending on who they talked to. Their after-hours service for the management company would call the community manager at all hours, weekends, middle of the night, holidays, even on vacations, asking how to handle each situation. This led to huge after-hour bills, unhappy residents, and a revolving door of burned-out managers. Even when someone tried to fix it, the management company couldn't adapt to the new system. Here's the kicker. The board blamed the management company and switched providers, but never looked at their own role in the problem. They went through 4 management companies in just 2 years. The takeaway? When boards don't take responsibility for setting clear policies, the problems follow them no matter who they hire. So what's the first thing you need to do? As a board, you've got to clearly define what counts as an after-hours emergency. This is your decision, not your management company's, not your community managers. Without your guidance, management has to make judgment calls that might not align with your community's budget or needs. When boards don't take charge here, residents start thinking the management company is running the show, making all the decisions. Then when a request gets declined to save money, guess who gets all the angry phone calls? Not the board. It's the management company. Having board-approved policies and guidelines protects everyone. What counts as an emergency varies by community, but industry pros boil it down to fire, flood, or blood. This typically includes active fires or smoke, water that can't be contained, medical emergencies require property access, electrical issues affecting safety, and structural damage that's dangerous. Put these definitions in writing. Whatever definitions work for you and your community. You can take the fire, flood, or blood and make it what you will. You can take the list that I gave you, make it what you will. Amend it or keep it. Put these definitions in writing. Make sure all residents know about them. And this simple step prevents a lot of confusion when emotions are running high. Next, you'll need vendors who actually show up when called. Tell your management company to find professionals who specifically commit to responding to emergencies your board has defined. Remember that after-hour service comes at a premium price. Your budget needs to account for this, and your policy should spell out when these costs fall on individual owners versus the association. As a board, you should regularly check how well your emergency system is working. Look at response times, quality of work, and what residents are saying. Don't be afraid to change vendors or update your protocols to keep them in line with your budget and what your community needs. This ongoing oversight keeps your emergency response effective. Make sure your vendors understand that this is essentially your community's 911 line. They need to answer and respond when called, period. The right vendors get this, and they're ready to help when genuine emergencies happen. Finally, you need a consistent process for handling these calls, and you need to stick to it without exception. Make sure residents know exactly how to report both emergencies and non-urgent issues. Be crystal clear on what happens when they call. When someone reports something that's not on your emergency list, your after-hours team should simply tell them that your community doesn't offer emergency response for that issue. No exceptions. Here's something important. Don't let residents use the emergency line as a way to get to the front of the line for the next day's service. The after-hours team should decline non-emergency requests and tell your residents to call during regular hours. Otherwise, you're rewarding people for misusing the system. For people who repeatedly misuse the emergency line, you might want to consider charging them directly. Since your management contract probably charges the community for after-hours calls, your board has the choice. Either all owners pay for these calls through the community budget, or you pass these costs to the residents who are making the unnecessary calls. Whatever you decide, put it in writing and make sure everyone knows about it. Take a look at your emergency procedures today. Does your board have clear definitions of what counts as an emergency? Are your vendors committed to responding when called? Is your system being consistently enforced? If you found this perspective valuable, we invite you to connect with us. Facebook viewers, like our page and follow us for regular updates. Feel free to message us directly with your questions or community challenges. Instagram viewers, hit follow and feel free to DM us with your questions or community challenges. YouTube viewers, subscribe to our channel and check out the video description for helpful links. Visit our website to discover our thought leadership content, books, and resources that can transform your community management approach. Whether you're dealing with the challenges we discussed today or other community issues, we're here to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.